When I bring Layla out on the street, she's still pretty nervous, but we've been practicing anyway, despite her nervousness. Every day she gets a little bit better, and I just practice a sit stay. And of course, from the time I put her on the leash, good girl, the time I put her on the leash to the time I bring her out here, we're doing sit stays at all boundaries. She doesn't move forward until she's calm, or at least having a success with staying there, because if we do this, when we get on the street, she's way calmer and way less likely to react to other dogs, which is your problem, her lunging and pulling you everywhere and lunging at dogs on leashes, things like that. So if you start the training the second you put on the leash in your house, and you make sure that she's calm at every step, by the time you get to the street, first of all, you know, you've got a little 3 to 5 minute training program where it's most of your training for the day if you've got a busy day. And second of all, you start building this pattern where she just knows she has to calm herself down if she wants to go for the walk. Because like if she didn't stay there in a sit stay when I walked around her like that, I'd put her back and I'd make sure that she stayed there until we moved out onto the street like we're about to do. We have several dogs positioned at different places, and they're going to pop out in front of us. She has no idea they're there, and we'll show you how we're handling her leash behavior with other dogs at this point. So we're going to start our walk now. Okay. And if I'm going to release her to be free, I'm just going to have her sit, and then I'm going to see she's getting anxious because we're out in the street. We also have little things like, we show just to your right these balloons. Little things like balloons or a camera person pointing something at us that's not usually here can make her more nervous. She's so sensitive. Anything can make her nervous. So she's a little bit nervous now, but you want to always keep this leash loose, always. If she makes a mistake, you gently but firmly just put her back, just like you saw me do. She needs to wait until you actually pat her chest and say, go, and then she knows she's free. And we're just going to take a little, watch out behind you, there's a truck coming. We're just going to take a little relaxed walk, and then we're going to have dogs pop out and surprise us. So whenever you guys are ready, you can come out. She doesn't know they're coming. Oh, there's a bunch of dogs. Come on out, Darian. You could do, like if dogs are just standing there that she doesn't know that she's excited about, you could say, come. You could practice this little exercise, calling her to come away from those dogs. Getting her next to you like that. Having her sit. See how I'm having her sit to the side so she's not staring at the dogs? Go, releasing her. Letting her be free again, approaching those dogs. Could you guys kind of walk around, move around a little bit? Come. This way. Not towards us though, just kind of like back and forth. Come on, this way. It's a very, sit. Good girl. I know she won't take food, so I'm just going to pet her. Stressful situation for her. She's nervous as usual. But you see, even if she's nervous, she's way less nervous than she was a couple of weeks ago in the same situation. Go. If you're consistent in your handling, and even if she won't take food, if you're just, the operative phrase is gentle but firm. If you're gentle but firm with these moves, she'll do them, and you just have to be consistent, and every time you take her out, she's going to get a little bit better. It's really hard to change a dog that's been shy and scared her whole life. It doesn't happen in just a couple of months. So you just keep with it, and in a few more months you might see a huge difference. But even now, I'm going to walk her right through the middle of you. We're not seeing lunging, pulling, any of that kind of stuff with other dogs. That she's never met any of these dogs, so these aren't like her buddies. Come. This way, silly. Come on. Good girl. Sit. Good. So we're just showing you what we practice every day with different dogs. We have a lot of dogs here, so sometimes we practice it over there on the other side where there's a bunch of dogs barking at a glass window along with a dog on the leash. So it's always different, but and sometimes we've gone to the dog park, and that's no problem for her either when she's on leash. So I just thought I'd video this part because, go. This is probably more extreme than you would see, where you have multiple dogs that she doesn't know. Come. You're always calling her away. You never let her stand there and stare, even if there wasn't going to be a problem. Sit. Good girl. You always do that move and she'll get better and better and better. Okay.